Welcome to the Deep Dive, the podcast.
Oh.
No, not podcast, sorry.
What? Okay.
The Deep Dive, where we unpack all the essentials for living in Spain as a foreigner. I'm Leo, and I'm thrilled you're joining us on this journey.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I'm Maya. We're here to share insights and practical advice to make your experience in Spain smoother.
Yeah.
And more enjoyable.
You know, Maya, so many people dream of living in Spain, you know, with its vibrant culture, beautiful landscapes, and delicious food. But actually making that dream a reality can be
totally
daunting, especially when it comes to navigating the legal and administrative hurdles.
Exactly. There's so much to figure out. Visas, residency, healthcare, finding a place to live, it can feel overwhelming.
That's exactly why we created this podcast. We're here to be your guide, sharing tips, insights, and even some surprising facts about life in Spain.
Yeah.
All based on our own research and experiences.
Each episode will deep dive into a specific topic that's crucial for foreigners living here or planning to move. Think of it as your shortcut to becoming well-informed without having to sift through mountains of information.
And for this first deep dive, we're tackling a subject that's at the top of many people's minds: essential services.
Right. Where do you even begin to find reliable information and support when you're new to a country? It can feel like a real challenge.
And that's where things get interesting. In our research, we came across an organization in Barcelona called Agencija for All and Everyone. They're a service-oriented business based in Barcelona. So think like legal help, daily life support, even business advice.
Oh, wow.
All rolled into one.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is, we're working straight from the founder's own words.
Okay.
Nenad Ikras. And it's really enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Very personal.
Right.
He's clearly passionate about the agency.
Oh.
And spoiler alert, he even teases a big announcement at the end.
Oh.
Which has me curious.
Yeah, I'm ready to hear what that is.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. I mean, the first thing that jumped out at me, at least, was how grounded they are in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Specifically the Gracia district. And it's more than just an address.
Yeah.
He actually talks about their office like a VIP lounge experience. You don't often see that.
Not in the legal world.
Not in the legal world.
No, you're right. I noticed that too. Like creating a comfortable atmosphere for clients seems key for them.
Yeah.
It seems like they mainly work with people from Serbia and the former Yugoslav republics.
Exactly.
Not your typical agency target.
Not typical, but when you consider Nenad's background, it makes sense. He's from that region himself.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's passionate about easing the way for others making the move.
Okay, so that personal touch really seems woven into everything they do.
Absolutely.
He even prefers that the initial contact be through WhatsApp, which is unusual.
Yeah.
But hey, if it gets you quick, personalized answers,
right.
Why not?
Absolutely. If it works, it works.
Right.
It's definitely a sign that they prioritize direct communication and building those relationships, which is key because the sheer range of services they offer, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It's a lot.
It's not just visas and paperwork.
Right.
They're almost like a life concierge service.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I was surprised too. So they've got the legal heavy hitters, you know, immigration law, criminal law, even employment law. But then they also handle things like finding an apartment, dealing with traffic tickets, even helping you buy a car.
Really?
It's wild.
Wow.
It's almost like adulting in Spain 101.
Yeah.
Especially if you're coming from those specific republics.
It seems like they really pay attention to the student experience as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about getting the visa.
Yeah.
They actually help with housing and navigating Spanish bureaucracy.
Yeah, which I've heard can be a real headache.
Which can be a nightmare, let me tell you. They even help with renewing your study permits.
Oh, wow.
It's that level of detail that really shows they understand the unique challenges.
Well, because, let's be real, moving to a new country for school is stressful enough.
Right.
Without having to decipher a whole new system.
Exactly.
On top of it. Okay, so this is where Nenad's message takes a really interesting turn.
Okay.
He mentions this game changer project he's working on. And it's specifically for former Yugoslav Republic citizens who are either living in Spain or moving to Spain.
Okay.
He's super tight-lipped on the details.
Oh, really?
But he claims it'll simplify all aspects of life there.
Wow.
Talk about a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what could be so revolutionary that it impacts everything.
I know.
Right. But before we get lost in speculation, let's focus on what we do know.
Okay.
Their current services are already incredibly comprehensive.
Yeah.
And Nenad repeatedly emphasizes making things easier for people.
Yeah.
With him, Danishella, and their vast team ready to attend to your needs. It's almost like they're trying to eliminate the stress of relocation entirely.
That's a huge promise. And I'm a little skeptical, to be honest.
Yeah.
Relocation is inherently messy.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's break down their services one by one and see if they live up to the hype. First up, immigration law.
Right.
This is clearly something they specialize in.
Yeah.
What makes them stand out from the crowd?
Well, they handle all the usual suspects. Residency applications, both temporary A&D permanent visas.
Okay.
Including the ever so popular digital nomad visa.
Oh, yeah.
Which is huge right now.
It is.
And then assistance with naturalization, becoming a Spanish citizen. But what sets them apart is their expertise in those Arago residency options.
Right, Arago. That's the one where, like,
yes,
if you've been living in Spain without the right paperwork,
right,
but you can apply for residency after a certain amount of time, right? That's got to be super complicated.
It is, because you need to prove deep ties to Spain, but gathering the right documentation can be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But what's interesting here is that Nenad's team specializes in building compelling cases for Arago.
Oh, okay.
Increasing your chance of success, that's not something every agency can offer.
So they're not just filling out forms, they're crafting strategies.
Exactly.
That's impressive. And they also handle student visas, right?
Yes.
What makes their approach to student support so unique?
Well, it's their attention to the whole picture.
Okay.
They get that it's not just about getting the visa.
Yeah.
It's about the entire student experience.
Oh, okay.
So finding housing, opening a bank account, figuring out healthcare.
Yeah, all those little things.
All those little things that can trip you up.
Yeah.
When you're new to a place. They even help with renewing study permits, which is something people often forget about.
That's almost too late.
Until it's almost too late.
Yeah. It's like they're preempting those oh no moments before they even happen.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on. They also offer legal defense for criminal matters, which isn't something you typically see bundled with, relocation support.
Conversation service.
But I guess it makes sense.
Sure.
You don't magically avoid legal trouble just because you're in a new country.
Exactly. Life happens, and things can go wrong regardless of where you are.
Yeah.
Having legal representation in a foreign country, especially if you're not familiar with the system, can be absolutely crucial. And they also handle employment law, which is another area where expertise is vital.
Especially if you're dealing with contracts or disputes or anything like that.
Exactly.
It's reassuring to know that they have specialists on hand.
Yeah.
To help navigate those potentially tricky situations.
Absolutely.
Okay, now for something a little lighter. Transportation. I have to admit, I kind of chuckled when I saw that on the list.
Yeah.
It seems so random.
Yeah, it does seem a bit out of place, but when you think about it, transportation is a huge part of daily life.
Yeah.
Especially in a city like Barcelona.
Yeah.
And it can be a real source of stress.
It can be.
If you're not familiar with the rules and regulations.
Right, like driving on the other side of the road.
Yes.
Deciphering parking signs.
Yes.
Figuring out the public transport system. It's those everyday things that can really throw you off.
Yeah.
When you're in a new environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where they come in. They help with things like validating foreign driver's licenses.
Oh, right.
Which is essential if you plan on driving in Spain, dealing with traffic violations. We've all been there. Even registering your vehicle and handling all the paperwork. It's like they thought of everything.
It really is. Okay, next up, administrative and notarial services.
Yeah.
This is where things start to feel really comprehensive.
Yes.
It's like they're your one-stop shop for all things paperwork.
Exactly. And let's be honest, paperwork can be a major headache in A&Y country.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with different languages, bureaucratic systems. They handle everything. Notarization, document translations to certifications. It's all about streamlining those tedious but necessary tasks.
Why? Okay, now let's talk about their business services, because this is where their expertise in economics and accounting
really
comes into play.
Okay.
They offer like a full suite of services for anyone looking to start or manage a business in Spain.
Right. Company registration, financial and tax management, accounting, bookkeeping, they've got it all covered.
Yeah.
It's like having your own virtual back office.
Yeah.
Taking care of all those essential details so you can focus on what you do best, which is running your business.
That's a huge value proposition, especially for entrepreneurs who might not have the resources or expertise to manage all that themselves. Okay, 2 more interesting services on the list.
Yeah.
Real estate. Okay. And vehicle assistance.
Right.
It really does go above and beyond the typical agency offerings.
They do. They understand that finding a place to live and getting around are crucial parts of settling into a new country. And those tasks can be daunting, especially in a competitive market like Barcelona.
I can imagine trying to navigate the real estate market in a foreign language.
Right.
Would be pretty stressful.
And that's where their expertise comes in.
Yeah.
They guide you through the entire process, whether you're buying or renting a property.
Okay.
Or even purchasing a vehicle.
Okay.
And of course, they make sure everything is legal and above board.
So they're not just finding you an apartment, they're making sure you don't get scammed in the process.
Exactly.
Okay, last but not least, tourism assistance.
Yeah.
Now this one really surprised me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected a legal and administrative agency to offer tourist service.
It's definitely unexpected,
Yeah.
but it speaks to their desire to support people from all walks of life who are interacting with Spain.
Yeah.
Even tourists can benefit from their services,
Yeah.
whether it's emergency legal support
Oh, okay.
or simply, travel-related advice.
So it's like they're saying, we've got you covered.
Yeah, exactly. No matter what your situation is.
It's a truly comprehensive approach to supporting anyone who comes into contact with Spain, from tourists to students to entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They're offering not just expertise, but peace of mind.
Now, this is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
We've covered a huge range of services
Right.
from, the serious stuff like immigration law
Right.
and criminal defense to the more everyday things like finding an apartment and getting your driver's license validated.
Exactly.
It's clear that this agency is all about providing comprehensive support for their clients.
It's not just about transactions or paperwork.
Right.
It's about building relationships and fostering a sense of belonging.
And that personal touch is what really sets them apart.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on to the next section of our deep dive, let's pause for a moment
Okay.
and consider this. What aspect of this agency's service range resonated most with you and why? Yeah, it's a great question to think about each of those services. Speaks to a different need and could be life-changing for someone in a particular situation. What's top of mind for one listener might not even occur to another.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of their approach. They're covering all the bases no matter what stage of your Spain journey you're in. But beyond this massive list of services, there's a subtle layer we haven't fully addressed. Nenad keeps saying he wants to make life easier for people.
Right.
It's more than just marketing.
Well, it tells me he really understands how overwhelming it can be to navigate a foreign country.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're saying, well, handle the complexity so you can relax and focus on building your life here.
That's a powerful message, especially for those who are feeling lost or intimidated by the whole relocation process.
Absolutely.
It makes me think about the team itself. We know it's more than just Nenad and Daniela.
Right.
You mentioned a vast team, but what does that actually mean?
Right.
What kind of expertise are we talking about here?
It seems like they've assembled this network of professionals to cover all these different areas. You've got your legal experts, your administrative wizards, your real estate gurus, even people who can help you navigate the Spanish healthcare system.
Oh, wow.
It speaks to their commitment to providing truly comprehensive support.
It's like a one-stop shop.
It is.
For everything Spain related.
Yes.
Which brings us back to that mystery project Nenad hinted at.
Right.
Where he called it a game changer for citizens from the former Yugoslav republics who are either living in or moving to Spain.
It's certainly intriguing. He's being deliberately vague about the details.
He is.
But the language he uses suggests something truly transformative.
Yeah.
He claims it'll simplify all aspects of life in Spain for this community.
He even went so far as to call it a gift.
Wow.
To the community.
A gift.
That's a pretty strong statement.
Yeah, it speaks to his deep personal connection to this group.
Yeah.
And his desire to see them succeed.
Absolutely. It suggests that this project is more than just a business venture for him. It's a passion project, a way to give back to the community he identifies with.
To the community he comes from.
Okay, but let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
Could this focus on a specific community be limiting? Does it potentially alienate other clients?
That's a great question. I think it could be seen as both a strength and a weakness.
Yeah.
On the one hand, by focusing on a niche, they can offer hyper-specialized expertise and build deep trust within that community.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it could limit their reach to a broader audience.
So it's a gamble.
It is a gamble.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Exactly.
But in the meantime, Nenad is encouraging people to stay connected through their YouTube channel at Agencija za SVAŠTA.
Smart.
That's smart, right?
Keeps people engaged and builds anticipation for whatever this big reveal is.
It's a very savvy move.
It is.
It allows them to share updates, offer valuable insights, and build a sense of community even before this project launches.
Right. And it's also a way to showcase their expertise and build trust with potential clients.
Yeah.
They're demonstrating that they're not just about transactions. They're about providing ongoing support and guidance.
Precisely. It's about fostering a sense of belonging and creating a space where people feel supported and empowered.
Exactly.
Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about Nenad himself. His personality really comes through in the material we have. He's passionate, enthusiastic, and deeply committed to helping his clients.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I know him just from reading his words.
Yes, you can practically hear the warmth in his voice.
Right.
As he describes the agency's mission and services, he's not just a businessman.
Yeah.
He's a people person.
Exactly. He genuinely cares about making a difference in people's lives, and that authenticity is palpable.
It's no surprise that he prefers to communicate via WhatsApp. It's a direct, personal way to connect with people and build relationships.
And it speaks to his accessibility. You know, he's not hiding behind a corporate facade.
Yeah.
He's making himself available to answer questions, address concerns, and provide that reassuring personal touch.
Which is incredibly important when you're dealing with something as complex and often stressful as relocation.
Absolutely. It's about building trust, fostering connections, and creating a sense of partnership between the agency and its clients.
Right. It really is a partnership in a way.
Now, as we dig a little deeper into their approach, one element really stands out to me: their commitment to transparency.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that too.
Yeah. Nenad is very open about the agency, its services, and even this mysterious upcoming project.
Right.
He's not afraid to be upfront about what they do and how they do it.
And that's refreshing.
It is in a world where so much is shrouded in secrecy or marketing spin.
Yes.
They're choosing to be open and authentic.
Which is essential when you're dealing with sensitive matters like immigration, legal issues, or financial management. People need to know they can trust you.
Absolutely. Transparency fosters confidence and allows clients to make informed decisions.
Right.
It's about empowering people with knowledge.
Yes.
And giving them a sense of control over their own journey.
Exactly.
Okay, let's pause for a moment.
Okay.
And consider this. How do you think this emphasis on transparency impacts the client experience?
Okay.
Does it create a sense of safety reassurance or perhaps even vulnerability?
That's a great question. Transparency can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it creates openness and builds trust.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it can make some people feel exposed or uncertain.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance.
It is.
You want to provide enough information to empower clients.
Right.
But you don't want to overwhelm them or make them feel uncomfortable.
And that's where the personal touch comes in.
Yeah.
By building relationships and fostering open communication.
Right.
They can tailor their approach to each individual client's needs and comfort levels.
It's about meeting people where they are and guiding them through the process in a way that feels safe and supportive.
Exactly.
Now let's zoom out for a moment and consider the broader implications of this agency's approach.
Okay.
We have this unique blend of specialized services, personalized support, and a deep commitment to a specific community.
It's a powerful combination.
It is. By focusing on a niche, they can offer hyper-specialized expertise and build deep trust within that community. It's almost like they've created a haven for people from the former Yugoslav republics who are navigating the complexities of life in Spain.
Exactly. It's a place where they can feel understood, supported, and empowered to thrive.
And that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's about creating a sense of belonging and fostering a community where people can connect, share experiences, and support each other. But is that replicable? I mean, their success seems so tied to this very specific community. What do you think are the long-term implications of this agency's approach? Could it serve as a model for other service-oriented businesses?
It's an intriguing question. Their success hinges on a few key factors.
Okay.
Deep expertise, personalized support, and a genuine commitment to a specific community. Those are valuable lessons for any business, regardless of industry.
Yeah.
It's about understanding your client's needs, building trust, and creating a culture of support and empowerment.
So it's not just about what you offer, but how you offer it.
Exactly.
The human element is just as important
Yes, it is.
as the service itself.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that people are more than just transactions.
Yeah.
They have hopes, fears, and aspirations.
Yeah.
And when you address those needs, you create something truly special.
Now let's delve into one final aspect of this agency's philosophy that I find particularly intriguing. It's their emphasis on going beyond just providing services.
Yes, it's about understanding that relocation is more than just a logistical process. It's about finding your place in a new environment, building connections, and creating a sense of belonging.
And that's where their unique approach really shines. They're not just helping people move to Spain.
Right.
They're helping them build a life there.
It's about creating a support system, a network of people who understand the challenges and joys of starting anew in a foreign country.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're creating an extended family.
A community where people can feel welcomed, supported, and empowered to thrive. But isn't that putting a lot of pressure on them? I mean, can an agency really replace the role of family and friends?
That's a great question to ponder.
Yeah.
For some, community is a lifeline, a source of support and connection that makes the transition smoother.
Yeah.
For others, it might be less important.
Yeah.
Some people prioritize independence and self-reliance.
Right.
It really comes down to individual needs and preferences.
That makes sense. But I think we can agree that having a support system, whether it's family, friends, or a community of like-minded individuals, can make a world of difference when you're starting over in a new place.
Absolutely. It's about finding your tribe, people who share your values, your experiences, your aspirations.
It's about building a new home, not just in a physical sense, but also in an emotional and social sense. And that brings us to a key question. What are the key ingredients for creating a thriving community, especially for those who are new to a place?
That's a great question to contemplate as we move into the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
Is it about shared experiences, common values, a sense of purpose? We'll explore those ideas and more as we delve into the heart of what makes this agency so unique. But first, let's quickly recap what we've learned so far.
Yeah, let's do it. We journeyed into the heart of Agency for All and Everyone, starting in their Barcelona base.
Yes.
Exploring their client-centric philosophy and their dedication to a specific community, we unpacked that amazingly long list of services, from complex legal stuff to helping with everyday life.
And of course, we've been teased by that mystery project, the one that's supposed to be a game changer.
I know.
We've gotten a glimpse of Nenad's passion and commitment. His drive to make life easier for those navigating the complexities of Spain really shines through.
We've also talked about their emphasis on transparency, personalized support, and building real relationships, going beyond just basic transactions. But there's still one layer we haven't fully explored, the layer that's at the heart of their approach.
Their deep commitment to fostering a sense of community, a sense of belonging that transcends geographical boundaries and cultural differences. And that's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive.
All right, so welcome back. We're wrapping up our deep dive into Agency for All and Everyone.
All right.
And we're going to focus on something that's been like subtly woven into everything we've discussed so far.
Yeah.
Their commitment to building a community.
It's more than just helping individuals.
Yeah.
It seems like they're really creating a network, a support system specifically for those from former Yugoslav republics who are,
Right.
finding their footing in Spain.
Yeah. Remember Nenad describing their office as a VIP lounge?
Yes.
I think it's more than just, fancy furniture.
Right.
It's about creating an environment where people feel comfortable connecting and sharing their experiences.
Absolutely. And not like they're just another client coming in.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Almost like an extended family, a place where you can get advice, find resources, or even just have a chat with someone who understands your background.
Yeah, especially when everything around you is new and potentially overwhelming.
Yeah.
To have that kind of support is invaluable.
Exactly. That sense of community can make all the difference when you're adapting to a new country.
Absolutely.
It's got to ease the transition,
Yeah.
reduce stress, Maybe even open doors that wouldn't be there otherwise.
Absolutely. When you feel connected, you're more likely to thrive, both personally and professionally.
Yeah. So how do they actually build this community?
Right.
The YouTube channel is a start.
Yeah.
But there's got to be more to it.
Right. There has to be more to it. What do you think?
Well, I'm picturing like events, workshops,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even informal gatherings where people can just like relax and socialize.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, think about it. The services themselves are community builders too.
Yeah, you're right.
Like helping someone get their visa, find a place to live, start a business.
Mm-hmm.
Those are huge life events where people crave support.
It's not just about the transaction, it's about the relationship that forms.
Yeah.
They become a trusted resource, almost like a friend
Mm-hmm.
in a new land
Yeah.
through those shared experiences.
It goes way beyond the typical client agency dynamic.
Right, completely.
They're offering a sense of belonging,
Yeah.
which is something you can't really put a price tag on.
And that brings up a bigger question.
Yeah.
Why is community building so important, especially for people relocating to a new country?
Because it's about creating stability
Okay.
and continuity. When everything else feels uprooted,
Mm-hmm.
you leave behind your home, your support network,
Right.
even your sense of who you are can get shaken up.
Yes.
Community fills that gap.
It's that sense of belonging, having a place where you feel safe, understood, and connected.
Yeah, it's like finding your tribe,
Exactly.
the people who get where you're coming from.
Yes.
And that's what Agency for All and Everyone seems to be doing.
Right.
Not just relocating people,
Mm-hmm.
but helping them rebuild their lives, like from the ground up.
Giving them the tools and the connections to create a whole new chapter, a new story in Spain. It's an inspiring vision, and it really highlights the power of human connection.
Yeah.
We all need to feel like we're part of something larger than ourselves.
Bigger than ourselves.
Ah,
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive,
okay.
let's bring it back to the listener.
Okay.
We've explored this agency's unique approach.
Yes.
You know, the specialized services,
Mhm.
the emphasis on transparency, the personal touch, and above all, that dedication to building community.
And let's not forget that lingering question.
Oh, right.
What will their mystery project reveal?
I know.
What new innovation are they bringing to relocation and community building?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I guess so.
But what's clear is that Agency for All and Everyone is doing something different.
They are.
They're a beacon of hope for anyone looking for like a smoother, more connected path to a new life in Spain.
It's really inspiring.
Yeah, and that's a powerful thing. So as we conclude, we'll leave you with one final thought. What role does community play in your life? And how can you help build a more welcoming and supportive world for those around you?
That's a great question to ponder.
It is
Yeah.
something to think about. After all, we're all in this together.
Yes.
And strong communities are built on individual acts of care
Mm-hmm.
and compassion.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Welcome.